So, as you all know, it's been a very chaotic couple of days for Nigerians in Nigeria who have had to trade in cash. Now, the Naira redesign and withdrawal of the old currency is hitting home for everyone, and in the midst of this chaos, right? As I mentioned earlier, we came across this really interesting video of people spraying this same scarce commodity, the new Naira note, at events, not just in packets, but in bundles. Watch this. I say cash is king, right? That has been a very popular phrase since the global stock market crash of 1987. It was used then to proclaim the superiority of cash over other assets due to its tendency to sustain its value while others fall. It remains popular today, particularly when we see market corrections of crashes. So what are your thoughts on the redesigned Naira scarcity fiasco, and what do you think about those videos that we've just watched? Do you think that we can rise above this, I don't even know how to call it, the spirit of wanting to show off elaborately in events and all of that, and throwing money at people, right? What do you think the way forward should look like? Now, please, let's hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-4663. You can also tweet at us at Wayshow Africa 1 with the hashtag Wayshow. Okay, so,
first of all, let me just quickly touch the video that we just saw now with the spraying of money in parties. I still don't see the sense in it, honestly. It is, first of all, I feel like it's...
Mary disagrees with you.
No, wait, it is unreasonable. Forget the cruise of like being the big boy, big girl, Finzo, Khashoggi, you're spending money. No, that's not what it is. First of all, it's stressful for the person bending down to pick that money. What are you doing? No, really, why? What's the essence? If you really want to gift somebody money,
I can just drop a Ghana money.
Do you understand? Or I can even look for a way to security. Even when you think about the security of the person doing the wedding, that they'll be carrying money to their. Listen, first of all, you're even abusing the currency that you actually have. It's actually against the law for you to handle the Naira notes like that. No, then not even in the audacity that citizens actually have. Now you know that's why I'm actually going to go to the man inhumane to man, or man not being like you don't like your brother. Yes, you're not considerate, because okay, now you are aware that the country is under some type of currency scarcity. People need this money to buy food. People need this money to buy for. There's even fuel scarcity. People still need this money to buy for. So you, now that you are, like we said, we've been saying throughout last week, that is like the people that will have access to the Naira notes will be people that are the elite. So it's only elite now that will have access to this Naira note, because you can see the difference between the first video and then the second video. The first video, everybody was holding at the ATM stand for cash. Meanwhile, another one, they are spraying money,
throwing it away.
You are changing 700,000 naira
at a million naira.
300 naira, 100,000 profit.
300. Why are they not going to blow it that way? But nonetheless, I think the redesign of the naira was meant to make this money scarce. But notwithstanding, people are still going to find their ways around it. And I think that everybody is just going to straighten up. It's either even the market sellers, everyone is going to get a bank account. Conductors are probably going to look for innovative ways, which is maybe having a POS so people can pay with their cards, which is what the government is trying to do. They're trying to eliminate the cash. Despite, yes, Nigerians still have their party spending and everything, and they're still going to do that, which is now at a premium. So definitely, if you're spraying money that way, it means you must have some excess, you know, in your reserve, which is allowing you to buy the money at 300k extra, and you're comfortable to do it, and that's fine by you.
That shouldn't be allowed.
But that shouldn't be allowed.
It shouldn't be allowed, because we're actually we're thinking of a way that everybody, it's actually distributed equally amongst
that
everybody.
Does not affect the distribution of the
How does it not
Naira.
affect the distribution? Please
They
tell me what somebody has.
They bought the money. That doesn't stop your government from putting enough money. Why don't the banks have the new Naira notes for people to withdraw?
Who told you they don't have it?
Exactly.
Why people?
So when they say EFCC arrests holders of new Naira notes in Abuja, who do you think
are holding the money? Who have access?
Who have access to the new notes? It's the banks, Mary.
That's the thing.
I'm trying to understand you.
And so why are they holding it?
That's what we're
Because
saying.
of this your lavish lifestyle.
Exactly. You just
that they should blow the money. But you see, I was going to ask a question. That when did we get to this stage? Because do you know that it was so irritating to me before? You go to the parties; those people they are coming with money.
Yes, now they're coming to change money. That's
and
business.
you say, okay, so what is they now say no, 500 naira or 1,000 naira. It used to be like very. You can actually overlook
like 100.
Now
it's 50 or 100.
Do you understand?
Like
now
it's business.
The last time I went to one party, that 50,000 I refused to spend it. In fact, it was when my sister was going for a particular wedding for someone that I cared about. I gave her the packet of the 50,000. I said, please give it to the person. It will make more sense because I bought that 50,000 naira for 5,000 naira.
Imagine extra
so
5K. That's
55,000. I could not even believe that I did it. And somebody now telling me to come and pay 30%. So I'm paying 300,000 to get 700,000. I'm paying $1 million to get 700,000 back in return. It doesn't make any sense.
Even at the lower ends, even people that are doing POS for cash,
it's 500 naira.
And so because it's cheaper, that makes it
it's not
accessible.
because it's cheaper.
No, even now, the guys handling POS, they're adding extra charges.
They're adding 1,000. So that's what I'm saying.
So why are we
Mary, calm down. We are accommodating.
300K?
Listen, once we accommodate a small fraction, it increases. That's the point I'm trying to drive. But let me hear NJ's thoughts.
See, Mary, we can't just allow indiscipline to go on. I understand where you're coming from, but
Mary,
for heaven's sakes, this is the reason why we are where we are today. You see, I had this conversation earlier with my boss, and we were having just a chat, and we're talking about this new Naira redesign, and I was saying, if the audacity that the POS people would have is because there is a scarcity, and they've seen it. And we keep going back to who has the money. First, the money has been delivered to the banks. But if I'm this rich to be doling out money like this, that means I'm rich enough to actually sit in my house and have this money being brought to me. And that's the reason why the money is not in the banks. That's the reason why the common man cannot get to it. The decisions that we take in Nigeria, we do not consider the common man. And they are the ones that easily get affected by everything we do. They are the ones, because really, even though the government is trying to curb a whole lot of things, even corruption inclusive, but you are not considering the common man, because at the end of the day they get affected, and that is the major of your population.
They're the bottleneck, really.
So on one video you see people scrambling, and guess how much they want to withdraw from that ATM?
Really,
it's not even much.
They don't go past 10,000 naira.
So who are we blaming?
Wait, let me finish now. On one end you see people struggling, do you understand? On another end, I'm blaming the lack of empathy that resides in every Nigerian.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because you see, if we decide that we want to stop this madness, because I call it madness.
Yes, no. There's
that I will take $1 million naira. I give you $1 million, you pay me 700, even extra. If you pay me 999,900 naira, I will ask you for my 100 naira.
Like, even if you didn't work for that money, that's extra 300,000
naira. Do you know what it means? Do you know? See, let me tell you something. We need to start to attach value to things. Do you understand? Because if you know what that 300 naira will do to families, you will not throw it away. Mary, I'm sorry, I cannot comprehend it.
For me,
No matter what, even if it is your money, right? There is a better use of money. There are people that are looking for ways to pay school fees, housing, accommodation, transportation. People cannot even feed.
do you know this?
And you see, let me tell you what this is causing.
So much.
Right? This is causing this same attitude of I will get money at all means.
Yeah.
That is why you have a lot of
Like and
crime.
forth.
That is why you have a lot of people trying to go into the what's it called fraudulent path. Because everybody just believes that until I show up, nobody will respect me.
Yeah.
Until I do all of these things, nobody will respect me. So we have to stop it.
So another thing again that I want us to even look at is the social psychological effects. Imagine that video of the men at the ATM stand scrubbing for how to withdraw this money. This is people or individuals acting from a scarcity mentality, and this is chaotic. Because all these people are thinking about is survival. They want to survive. They want food to eat. They need money to. In fact, working for that money to enter their account is one thing. Now being able to withdraw the money is another thing. Imagine what will happen if this is the type of chaos we are actually seeing in the country. People are still going to fuel stations to queue for fuel. Then now it's now worse that I have money in my account and I can't withdraw it. Why? Because the people that have money more than me have gone to pay bank workers to use the back door to bring money to them. That's basically what has happened. That is what is creating the scarcity. If every individual, young, old, rich, poor, is going to the bank, walking into the banking hall to get their money, it won't be this bad. Because the elites are using back end, and that's the reason why I like the fact that EFCC is actually standing on those grounds to say anybody, either bank workers or just regular citizens, if you are found hoarding money or selling at a very stupid, like you shouldn't even say, why are you selling money? Who are you?
I think
that you're selling money.
That's where I think EFCC should start from, because those people are not hidden.
Like,
go to all the parties, you will see them there. I went to for a party
serious.
1 year.
But
Mary
like
wanted to say
POS
something.
operating.
Let me hear. I'm trying to understand you.
Because that's not the plan of the government. I feel like we're mixing it up. The government has said that, oh, okay, they are trying to withdraw all the cash, which is a way to curb, is it inflation
whatever,
now?
inflation,
yes, and so they've decided to redesign the Naira. And they're trying to get more people to either have bank accounts, which was also why they brought up the whole NIN thing, linking it to your, your BVN and all of that. So these are all measures to curb the amount of money that is going out and also be able to trace money. So if you're also buying money via POS from these people for 300k, it's going to show now. You can link it to who it is that is buying the money, and you can trace it to either the person, and you can decide to arrest the person or not. So the government has made something available. What I'm saying now is bus conductors and the lower man, because I was arguing this thing with a friend and I was saying the common man is going to suffer it. The people who get tips on the road, who live on this 1k, 2k, they are going to suffer it. And I was told that, you know what? Hey, everybody is going to have to now have a bank account. If you need money, you're going to transfer to it. If a last month guy stops you and you're bribing him for whatever it is, you're going to have to transfer money to the guy,
so
and they can trace it. Do you understand? So definitely there's going to be chaos, but eventually we're going to adjust to it.
So I think I have where I have a problem with, right, is the way this whole thing has been communicated. Because if the scarcity mindset was not created, we won't have this chaos. Everybody was of the impression that come these dates, the old notes, the banks will not receive it anymore. But now we had to experience this type of chaos. We had to see people going crazy in different states in Nigeria before they will now tell us that, oh, okay, now you can actually take the money past 10th of February, you can take the money to the bank.
I want to go on a break. Let us even open our phone lines. I would like to hear people's thoughts on this, because I have a few things I want to say. Stay with us. All right, thanks for staying with us now. If you just tuned in, I'm tired. We're discussing this topic of the Naira Redesigned Scarcity fiasco, and we're asking what's the way forward. Now, please, let's hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-4663. You can also tweet at us at Wayshow Africa 1 with the hashtag Wayshow. Our phone line is now open. Please remember the rules. Do not leave the volume of whatever device you're watching. Don't leave it on. Turn it down. And there's a 60 seconds rule, so we can have more people, you know. So please keep your conversations really short so we can have a lot more people contribute. The number to call is 070-2500-7749. All right, so EFCC, fantastic job. But I think they need to move
quicker.
They need to move the arrest and all of that into parties, because it is a standard that every single party that we see people spray money. We see these guys holding the bundle of money, Madam, you go buy. See, so let us put our money where our mouth is, or put our mouth where our money is, whatever way you want to put it. Because if we don't stop, and I'll go back to this show-off mindset, because that's where the problem is. I remember there used to be a time you go to the bank, you can just withdraw money and they give you brand new mint. All of a sudden, mint went into extinct. It now became, I call my account officer
to get mint.
My account officer will give me mint. Do you understand? It now became, I call my account officer, you tip the account officer 2K to give you mint. Now, I am telling you that it is not possible for these operators not to be partnering with big-time bankers.
Yeah, you're right.
Because that 300,000 will be shared amongst all the people that were part of the securing of this money.
Of course.
So that's my point. That so until we, first of all, kill it from that root, this madness that we're seeing, it won't stop.
It has to.
Because the ideal thing is that there's a new Naira note. I've gone into my bank and I've paid all my old Naira note. All I need to do is either I go to an ATM, withdraw the money I'm supposed to withdraw, or walk into a banking hall and get my money. But now, because now it's not even an issue of mint anymore. It is all the money is mint. Are you seeing it now? So they have to make money from that mint.
Yes, of course.
So is this not madness?
That's the Nigeria that we see.
That's why the charges for the POS operators are going up. In some areas in Enugu is 1,000 for 10K. In Abuja is I think about 800 or something. So it depends on the area. In some areas they go all the way to 2,000 Naira.
Let me take our first caller for the evening. Thank you for joining us, Doctor. Hello? Oh, sorry, we lost the call. I mean, so for me, it's... So that's why I'm saying that we must first of all get to that point where we kill it from there. Then secondly, we must disregard money and promote values more.
True.
Because now we are all about money. I never talk to you finish how much you get. I never, it is all about money. So it is because it is all about money. People have nothing. They are so poor, all they have is money. That's what we have now.
Yeah, you want to buy respect, you want to buy
money,
you want to buy everything.
Let me take our caller again. I think he's back. Okay, another caller. Gideon from Gobe. Thank you for calling.
Hello?
Yes, you're live. Go ahead.
I said your discussion is good.
Thank you.
What you people are discussing is very, very good. Because this problem of money scarcity has affected all of us, especially the poor, privileged people. So, actually, we have seen some of your pictures where people are fighting to get money from the ATM. And some are now displaying it at a party or at a wedding, something. Some less privileged people spend up to 2 or 3 days. They didn't eat food.
That's what I'm saying.
Thank you so much, Gideon.
To the ATM.
Thank you. Sorry, Gideon. So, I mean, you see where I'm going. It is unfair.
It's inhumane.
Because you know why? Now, it is all mint we're dealing with. And if they don't put on the cap of empathy, then the government must force their arm to do it. Because you're supposed to just walk into the bank and get the money. Why do I need to pay for my own money that I want to collect? Do you understand? So now what they are doing is they are putting business over humanity. Because guess what? They've been getting away with it.
Yes, now.
They've been doing all this mint transaction for years and nobody said anything. It was okay. I called my account officer, I gave me 100K, I gave him 2,000 tip. So I can make bigger money. So now that's what they are doing.
Yeah.
It It's madness.
And for
300,000.
It's crazy. And then for a system as big as CBN, whereby there is always a maker checker, there's always somebody that check. I mean, before this announcement was made, there should have been measures actually put in place to, and because Nigerians will always find a way. It just reminds me of, I know it's not the same thing, but just right when COVID just happened, I remember in America, toilet roll, people were ordering toilet roll. It's a mindset so that scarcity mindset is something that once people hear, like, oh, there's first scarcity, before you know, even the fuel stations who are providing this stuff will lock gates and increase. Do you get what I'm saying?
From Lokoja.
It's a general thing.
It's a sad thing. It's a sad mindset.
Hello?
Yes, you're live. Go ahead.
Good evening, ladies.
Good evening.
Yes, I can feel your temperature, even right from home.
Very high.
Corruption is the baseline.
Right.
The people who would have helped Central Bank and Nigeria, I call moderators, the bankers, are the ones creating this problem. If Central Bank has given you reasonable amount to dispense, and people are coming from behind to buy it because they are negotiating on percentage, you are creating this scarcity, creating problems for Nigerians. The whole thing rests on the bank.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. I agree, but
goes
let me
back
leave you people to talk.
It goes
because
back to what
my
I
blood
was
is
saying.
hot right now.
It goes back to what I was saying last week when we had this conversation that, you know, the thought process before carrying out something as massive as this, you have to consider everyone. Inclusion in this country is a big issue. We do not include the common man. We don't think.
But this one engine now is not a function of really inclusion, because guess what? You people are not seeing the picture here. Bankers have connived with some of these people that are cash vendors.
Yes.
And that's what is happening. So you know why? They cannot let go of any penny from those money until they make money in return. Because now we don't have old notes that they can just easily take care of the old, the poor people with the old currency.
Everything is new.
Everything is new.
But the whole point is to become a cashless society. Why are we focusing on the people that are
Maybe
spending
it's hard
the
for you to
naira?
become
There should be a
cashless
flow. There should be a
society.
So let me take
process.
cash. Let me take Charles from the.
It's hard.
Hello?
Hi, Charles.
Yeah, they have not answered me now.
Yes, you are live, or we are with you.
Yes, okay. Hello.
Go ahead.
Hello, the beautiful women.
Hi.
The beautiful women in the studio.
Hi, Charles.
Hello.
Go
I
ahead.
can hear
Are
you.
you people hearing me?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, what I'm saying that the scarcity, you know, what the topic is about the money. The problem we're having in that money scarcity is the commercial bank.
Thank
They
you.
are giving that money out to those guests to go and hop. If you go in the party, those guests are carrying that new money. Why those the poor people in the street, who are those mama that they are selling tomato, they refuse to add to even to give them money? I was in the bank to collect money. The manager told me that we cannot withdraw. My salary is out to transfer to another person. And at their bank, I am using two accounts I have it in their bank. My salary, I have to transfer that my money to another person.
Imagine.
Those women who are there were begging, who want to collect even 2,000. No way they tell you to transfer. Those mama know how to transfer money.
Okay. Thank
Why
you.
not government create a space where you will put in old one? Make a counter where they will collect the old one. The people that are withdrawing money to use in their house should have a table. But they refuse because of the bank managers are sharing that money. They're giving it to some of their girls when I was there.
Thank you, Charles.
And is it true? That's the same
so
thing that we're
sorry,
saying.
No,
There should be.
Mary, I get you.
I maybe the topic should be a different thing. But
What is it?
I just feel like we're missing the point
What's
here.
the
And
point?
What's the point
now,
you're missing?
the point the government is trying to do is to stop cash flowing, which is also why there's a limit on withdrawals, the amount you can withdraw, and all of
Well,
that.
hasn't
you
the
can't
government-
rip up
wait
the
now,
Band-Aids
Let me
now.
answer
You
me.
can't just rip
Have
it
the
off.
government done a great job at stopping the cash flow. From what you can see,
it's going to be a slow process, which is why there's chaos. But our focus on other people now having the money to spray does not.
Mary, you're missing the point. The chaos is only among a few people that truly need that money. I was hungry today in the studio. I couldn't find cash.
Right.
I had to gather money from Omolola, from Alero, just to gather money because why? They said the lady that sells the thing I wanted to buy does not take transfers.
But eventually, she's going to have to take transfer.
But guess what? She's going tomorrow to the fish market. She goes tomorrow to the fish market to want to restock what she sold today. How is she expected to do the transaction?
Eventually, I said it that even bus conductor would either have to have POS where people can pay because the government is not releasing cash to the people.
But the government, but the banks are releasing cash.
They're releasing because you're not getting the point. This cash is being released. It's not like it's not being released.
It's how it's being released.
It is how it is being released. Like I mentioned earlier, if there was no, because this scarcity mindset, if for instance now when the announcement was made, it's like, okay guys, from this date, you won't be able to collect old Naira notes from the bank. So, I mean, yeah, so what happens is that if you have the old notes, as you're going to pay for whatever you're paying for, let's say I'm going to Yasikira to buy Indomie or whatever, if she's giving me change, she's giving me change in the new notes. Why? Because you have to think of an easy flow. Everybody cannot just go like huge influx of people just going to the bank. To how doable is that? And that's what we're saying. But if there were measures put in place by the CBN, giving all the banks like mandates to say, these guys, like we're talking about financial inclusion, they have accounts for these people. There are provisions for these people. How about we ensure that account managers actually go to these different markets with these new notes and actually give to these people? Because there's a way. There can be a way.
To Mary, because I think she's also missing my point. So what we do with transactions is everybody must be met at their point of need.
Exactly.
Guess what? These people don't need. I'm telling you, all those people fighting, the max anybody will withdraw them maybe
5,000, 10K.
5K. Do you understand? The fair thing to do would have been to load all the ATMs. That's where they collect their own money from. They don't go to the banks. Do you understand? But you see, you don't want to even release that small 10K. Because why? You want to make money on it.
Exactly.
That is the problem we're seeing now. But I think I have a caller. Did we lose him? Charles from Port Harcourt, thank you for calling. Oh, so sorry. I don't know if you understand the point I'm trying to make. Because you see, we will not see all this scruffle and the fight. If ATMs, you can just the way you normally will go and withdraw money from ATM machines to get the old notes. If all the money, thank you. If all the money was available across all ATMs, do you understand? But let me take Charles. I think he's back. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Hi, good evening, Charles.
This evening you're angry. What's happening now? Just be coming down. Just be coming down. I beg. Okay. Well, the cash issue. I think the problem is coming from these commercial banks. That's the major problem we are having. Yeah. Because if you look at properly, most of the banks, you can't even find the money there. CBN, according to CBN, said they released the money to the banks. Now, you can't find the money in the bank. I went to the banks, I couldn't find money. So, there's one. Hello?
Go ahead.
I went to one place in Port Harcourt. There's one place in Port Harcourt they call Rumokrishi. That's where all these people, they used to sell money. So, I went there. So, I was surprised. I was seeing our new Naira notes there at the counter. They have counter of Oa. They even have counter where they shake money. That's how serious it is. So, I started pricing. So they said the 20,000 they're going to give me for 28,000. That's the last month they're going to sell it.
28.
So I begged them. They said, okay, they are going to come money from that. They bought it very expensive in the bank.
Hey.
That's to tell you how serious it is.
So
finally they managed to sell for me for 27,000. I paid 27,000. They gave me 20,000. That tells you how serious it is. I think the banks are the issue. Because I know they give you money. That sometimes they pay you with new money, but now you can't find the money because of the money corruption thing. There are banks, everybody's about money, want to make money,
Thank you, Charles.
I want to make money. I can't tell.
God will bless you. And I tell you, and I stand on this again to tell you, Mary, that the fault, where the foundation, once they start to go to parties and arrest anybody they see spraying money, all these things will stop. Because guess what? It just occurred to me. I was sitting down one day. I said, come, there used to be a time I walk into a banking hall and they give me mint.
Yes, now.
All of a sudden, it stopped. It was now like, oh, I'll call my sister, because my sister works in a bank.
Yeah.
I mean, can I get mint? It's not like
That's
I
what
even like to
someone-
spray. I just like to hold clean money. I don't like dirty money. You know, it didn't occur to me until today when we're reviewing this topic that I said, okay, now I see where the problem is. So all this while they've been doing it, what they have just successfully done now, they have emboldened themselves.
Yeah, and then thinking nothing would happen. Because it's
Because
something that's
guess
been
what?
happening all
The
along.
temerity.
Because there's
How can you
this-
sell,
there's this scarcity.
somebody is withdrawing
20,000,
20,000, you sell it,
8,000.
you sell it at, does it make sense?
I just open
How
mouth.
much do I have in my account?
So that's
What's even the guarantee that this money is even
What are we
original?
blaming now?
Let me take a caller, sorry, my darling.
Even when you want to buy something.
Hi, good evening.
Hello?
Faith from Jos. Oh, did we lose her? So sorry.
Please call back, Faith.
Sorry, so sorry, Joy. Mary, you wanted to say?
I was saying, so who are we laying the blame on?
It's
now?
bank.
CBN.
At the moment when
You
Because
move-
CBN
you
is on
move
bank is
from
under
blaming
CBN.
the individual.
No,
that
no,
were
it's
spending
bank
They're
that
the
is giving them
ones
the
now
money.
that is giving them
But
access.
that was not the initial.
So-
that was my point.
Mary.
Because we kept on blaming the people that are buying it for 300K
No. Oh,
and saying that
No,
there
no,
isn't
no, that's not what
money.
we're doing. It's just like before.
a storyline.
When did LASMA make wearing seatbelt compulsory? Before then, you enter your car, you drive, you be going to where you're going to, accident or not. But LASMA had to ensure as you are, before you move one,
and
two,
then people got conscious.
and before you know, as you are sitting in your car to drive, you are putting on your seatbelt. If they do that kind of thing for spraying of cash, because I remember it's in the law. You're not supposed to handle, that's abuse of currency. You're not supposed to spray money in any party. So why is CBN not ensuring
To enforce that.
to enforce it? Why?
And they now put some
We'll see
ridiculous.
with this
Let me
new
take
Naira
Faith from
notes.
Just. Faith, you're live. Hello, Faith.
Hello?
Go ahead, you're live.
Okay, good evening, ladies.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, you people are looking beautiful.
Thank you.
As in me, my own contribution is just that I don't like how Sister Mary is talking about this issue. I don't really like it though, because she don't go to the market and go and see how people are suffering.
Thank
like
you.
I went to the market today, me and my mom. Come and see, nobody wants to collect transfer. No, sure, you need to see it. Nobody, even some people, because of how the money is very cash. Come and see. I mean, they want to cheat themselves. You don't understand. Because seriously, what the bank are doing is not good. They're giving the big people, while the poor people are there suffering, killing themselves. Some don't have food for 3 days. I won't lie to you. We have neighbors around us that couldn't even drink water. They're begging us to just give them water to drink. Seriously, you need to see. You need to go to the market and see. It's not everybody that collect transfer. The money, seriously, what they're doing, the bank people, they need to give to the poor people. Like how somebody said that women that are selling tomatoes, they need just 2,000 and they did not give it to them, but they're giving their girlfriends to go and spread it in bar, in wedding, in so many. That's not good.
So thank you, because we're a very classist people in Nigeria. They have made now. I said my sister works in financials. She only saw this 1,000 naira over the weekend. For the first time, she held the new currency, 1,000 naira. They made it. It is like now. It is who and who. So when they see you with the new currency, you are happy.
You have arrived. Yeah.
It's a nonsensical act. Now let me tell you why transfers might not work for certain kinds of businesses. I'm selling pure water bag. How much is pure water bag? I hear now it's maybe 600 naira or something.
Imagine, from
100 naira. Yeah. So I'm selling. So if I pay that money into the bank, is it free from charges? No. That is why I will not take my 600 naira and put it in a bank. I'd rather have my cash so that I can trade it and my profit will be complete.
Even now,
But let me take a caller.
CBN is to become a cashless society.
Do we have a caller?
That is the point
Mary,
of CBN.
Mary, I understand.
And I understand that. And I understand that. Trust me, I get it. Even the POS sometimes is not always working. I've had issues recently where I'm stuck. All I'm saying is that, yes, the government might not be going the right way about it, but the whole point of everything is so that they can trace money. It's so that even the common people, so that even the people in the rural areas
let me tell you what
would
I
have
think.
bank
Because we're looking for a
accounts.
way forward, right? Can we have accounts where these people can transact with zero? no hidden
Zero
charges, nothing. When they have those policies in place, then you can then tell that woman that accept transfer. They will not charge you 1 kobo on it.
There should be things in place.
Do you understand? So that community, because that entire community is trapped. They can't do business with bank transactions because they lose their money. How much is their revenue? How much is their capital? How much are they making? So if CBN want to really be serious with this, right? Whilst they are trying to mop up all the cash in the open market, why don't we start to find real solutions for these people that are dealing with cash?
Like some incentives.
Even when they are directing them to use POS machines, is it that I want to go to a supermarket to buy bottled water or buy a drink of less than 500 naira or 200 naira? I will not be paid with my card.
Let me take IB from Ekpe.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening. Go ahead.
Hello, good evening.
Isaac, go ahead.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. You're live.
Yes.
Take your comments.
Okay, good evening, madam. Good evening. Good to hear from you this evening. Oh, the problem in Nigeria, I think we are the one creating this kind of Nigeria for ourselves. And nobody is creating it for ourselves. One thing, since weekend, you cannot believe that I don't have more than just 300 naira. And what can I do with 300 naira? Everywhere you go, people will say they don't want transfer. Even those that even want you to transfer to them, the network will not even good. In some places, when you do transfer, then the transfer will bounce back to your account. How are we going to do that one? Then I understand, Madam Mary, but your point, we need to go to get to a certain level before we can embark on this kind of cashless policy. And the problem we are facing in this country, one thing is that we give too much priority to money.
Thank you.
You go to, if you don't have money,
you are not respected. Thank you very much. Absolutely. Let's take comments. And not talk again.
My comment says, this is the reason why kidnapping will continue in this country. Why do we need cash at hand when people can easily do transfer? This CBN policy of new notes is very untimely and unfortunate for ordinary Nigerians. Another comment says, good evening, my dear beautiful sisters of ways. Redesign Naira scarcity fiasco way forward. I will go with my dear beautiful sister Uwa. I cannot see myself spending 1 million naira to get 700 naira. It is total madness and ridiculous according to Sister Uwa. That 300,000 naira extra is much and should not be put aside just like that. That amount can feed a family for a month or two if well managed. I had a terrible and unforgettable experience on Saturday. I went to withdraw money from ATM and I went to about 4 branches of Access Bank in my area in Ikeja and was unable to withdraw. I was told that there was no supply of new notes. Now you change the Naira notes and you don't make it available for people to withdraw. Sister, I can understand you are tense and it's justified. The whole thing is tiring. My name is Daniel Ulo, always a regular fan.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Okay, so for me, there are many people with old cash that are doing deals with banks and swapping those notes at a cost. Only this set of people can make the new notes scarce. In the end, CBN may not be able to track some of these transactions. And
Thank you.
It's
low key.
It's true now.
Yeah.
I'll give you 1 billion naira, take 300 million. That's what is happening.
Yes, that's what. And that's the reason why EFCC
of course
has to.
Go ahead.
The currency crisis in Nigeria has reached its zenith this weekend. Many Nigerians have no access to the new currency. Business owners and service providers have no guarantee trust on the old banknotes. I am happy to see the first bank that will give all customers the new notes. But it seems the banks are in union to frustrate Nigerians. It's as if it's being polarized.
Hallelujah.
Listen to this. Our fidelity to the banking sector is now shaken. But we also look up to the sky for divine intervention. God bless our keystone and heritage. I love this one. I love this.
Very well crafted message.
Too well. Beautiful.
But hey, see, I'm just upset.
We
know why I'm upset.
Spoken about the the fake ones that have come into the market.
That's what I was saying now with the guy in Port Harcourt that when he was talking about it. So how do you now know which one is fake?
So my own point, and I'm just trying to let Nigerians know, we need to rise above this
It's
nonsense.
tiring.
Like, see, we have gotten to that point where what else? Do you understand? 300,000, right, is not money that you can just let go. That same money, if somebody came to beg you,
won't give
that I want to pay school fees, you would not give. You don't have. I mean, let's start to place value on human lives,
but
right?
That is a regular thing from human beings. Okay. I'm so sorry.
Go ahead, madam.
Like, it's the fact that we're actually... I've said this thing. People have money and they decide to do whatever it is. I'm not saying that is inhumane.
It's right,
it's not saying that it's right. But you really can't tell them what to do with it. There are people all around us who are suffering, even right beside us. But we've not said that, oh, okay.
But I've not also lavishly thrown money.
You might have
because I don't have it.
Done it. See, if you look at it in certain ways, a poor person now can look at you and say, why will you spend so much to do your nails and lashes when you can help somebody to do something? It's the same thing.
We're on the...
Okay.
Let's leave it there.
On that note.
On that note.
I
rest my case. Do as you please, as your conscience pleases you. But me, Sayua Mesale, I will not be caught dead. Even if it is 1,000 naira on top, I will not give you. Now, before we go, thank you, ladies.
You won't give
NJ, I will not give 1,000 naira on top of 10,000 naira. 1,000 naira I will not give. Not to talk of say you want to collect 3,000 naira from it.
Okay, but I can borrow money from.
No, I'm saying that I will not go and give
like
money.
But what I'm saying is that I can.
NJ, thank you.
Lay
No, well, I meet those who are spraying money. They will support you well.
Oh, you will support me now.
Mary, thank you. We had a fantastic conversation. I mean, I wish we could go on and on, but hey, we have to stop it here. Maybe we can continue the fight on social media. Go and check. Follow us on all our social media handles. Follow us across every handle at Way Show Africa. You can interact with us further, drop a comment, and more importantly, follow the engagements and share, like, and share with families and friends also to watch and follow the conversation. Now, if you missed our quote for today, here it is again. No complaint is more common than that of scarcity of money. Right? We'll see you guys tomorrow at 8 p.m. as we bring another great conversation to your screen. Enjoy.